If you've ever been on the fence whether lifting weights is a good idea as a man or woman, well, I'm here to tell you that resistance training is almost always recommended. When someone sets a goal, it is either based on health, performance, or aesthetics. And women should definitely add resistance training to their routine if they want to improve any of these pillars. This article will go over why women should lift weights and how to start incorporating it into their routine. Welcome to the Success Fitness Podcast. I am your host, Christian Evans. This podcast is for women and men over 30 who wants to achieve success in their fitness journey. And I'm going to help you do just that. But first, I got to ask only the women, do you believe that all women should lift weights? Why? And what's the purpose? I'm going to share with you 5 reasons why all women should lift weights. But first, a word from our sponsors.
Are you looking for a personal trainer that will focus on you to help achieve success in your fitness journey? If yes, please book your in-person or Zoom one-on-one personal training sessions with me, Christian Evans, at christiansweightsuccess.net.
If you've ever been on the fence whether lifting weights is a good idea as a man or woman, well, I'm here to tell you that resistance training is almost always recommended. When someone sets a goal, it is either based on health, performance, or aesthetics. And women should definitely add resistance training to their routine if they want to improve any of these pillars. This article will go over why women should lift weights and how to start incorporating it into their routine. I came across this article titled Why All Women Should Lift Weights on mindpumpmedia.com. This article was written by Shannon Cole on July 31st, 2023. So a little bit about the author, Shannon Cole. Shannon Cole is an ISSA certified personal trainer and lives in the Dallas area. She is a certified nutrition coach through NASM and NCI and is currently pursuing her MS in sports science and rehabilitation. After obtaining her BA in journalism and mass communication, she eventually gravitated to personal training and hasn't turned back since. Her passion for athletics and fitness initiated stemmed from her high school years playing golf, and her love for the sport still hasn't faded. Her career goal is to obtain her Titleist Performance Institute certification and develop strength and conditioning programs for golfers. You can usually find her working out in her gym or training for the next Spartan race with her husband. So I wanted to give just generalization of where this article is coming from. Why all women should lift weights. It's actually written by a female. So hopefully, ladies, you can find some confidence into that and reassurance that this isn't anything that a male is pushing or a male is trying to get a female to listen to in regards to this is what you should do from a man's point of view. I love that this is from a woman's point of view and they're actually into the thick of it. So I'm going to go over the 5 highlights that Shannon has written down for us to go over, and these are all interesting. So I'm going to actually read this article in reverse, and I'll have this article in the show notes or the description so you can read it for yourself. So since I got a little self-diagnosis dyslexia going on, I like to read things backwards instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4. I like to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that's just a little quirk that you know about me. So starting with number 5. Less likely to get injured. So this isn't a super sexy reason why lifting weights is great for women, but resistance training dramatically reduces the risk of getting a musculoskeletal injury. Study after study shows that resistance training improves bone mineral density and joint health. As women age, especially during and after the stages of menopause, estrogen levels decrease, which causes accelerated bone resorption or the breakdown of bone. By stressing the bones through resistance training, women decrease their risk of bone fracture and osteoporosis. Resistance training stimulates tension, not just in the muscle, but in the structure of the bone as well, leading to an increase in bone mineral content. It's contrary to popular belief, or what you will see online is this, I guess I want to call it this fake care about, getting injured, right? Like getting injured while working out or in the gym. Personally, I've seen more people get injured outside of the gym just doing life, right? Anything can happen. Get out the bed the wrong way, hit your toe at the edge of the bed, then trip over and hit your knee on the door. I don't know, just something silly. But that could all be caused by just not having enough strength to get up out of the bed or use your proper muscles, proper form. There's a whole array of possibilities, right? So I'm not going to just reduce it down to just one, but lifting weights, less likely to get injured from a functional aspect. Now, this is talking more from a muscular skeletal standpoint and bone and mineral density standpoint, and lifting weights will increase your bone density and help you, restore or help you maintain or strengthen what you already have in that area. Number 4, it elevates your mood. Not only do a lot of physical changes occur when you lift weights, but women can get a mental boost from lifting weights as well. Resistance training has been shown to boost cognitive performance, reduce stress, offset cognitive decline, and improve self-confidence. It's not just men who get a major confidence boost when lifting weights at a weight that at one point seemed impossible. A lot of these feel-good feelings can be attributed to the hormone dopamine, which plays a role in achieving feelings of happiness and pleasure. So I'm glad she pointed that out. It's not just men who can get a major confidence boost when lifting weights. Personally, I know my mood is thrown off if I don't lift weights or if I don't work out, but more so lifting weights. There's just something about having that pressure. There's something about having that weight underneath my body, right? Or just underneath my hands, or however I'm gripping, if I'm rowing, if I'm bench pressing, if I'm doing body weight push-ups, just some type of resistance training. And maybe it takes say about 10 minutes. I can say 10 minutes far as for me when it starts kicking in, when I'm like, okay, I'm here. My eyes start to open up a little bit more. My breathing becomes different. And by the end of the workout, I just feel way better leaving than how I walked in. So this elevates your mood. You become a little bit more just focused, a little bit more calm and slow to a negative reaction if a negative vibe comes towards you, right? We can't 100% control what comes towards us, but we do have some type of control of how we react. And personally, I know that lifting weights helps me not react so negatively so quickly. It helps me calm down just a little bit. So hopefully by you lifting weights, this will do the same thing to you. Number 3, you know what? I've been jonesing for pizza lately, but I'm trying to get better at eating better, not eating out so much, and subscribing to the we got food at home mentality. So I chose to cook what I bought from Sam's. Salmon prices have been so high, but Sam's had it $5 off today. Last week, I found a bag of quinoa there for about $8. Since my vegetable supply of meal prep was running low, I also picked up some fresh broccoli. By the time I realized it, I had cooked everything in my e-cookbook, What to Meal Prep for Beginners. Not only will you get 3 recipes for one high-protein meal under 600 calories, you'll also get a free workout ebook. Get 10% off when you sign up to my weekly newsletter. The link will be in the description and the link tree in my bio. Download your copy today. Number 3, the weight stays off. The more lean muscle you have, the more efficient your metabolism is. Your body at rest is burning more calories than it would with more body fat. Maintaining muscle is hard work, which means your body is working overtime or burning more calories to keep that muscle on your body. This process contributes to your overall basic metabolic rate, which is the number of calories you need to accomplish the most basic life-sustaining function. So this is very important, and I may do a podcast later on down the line, but it's something that's been on my mind in regards to when you're on a diet and you get off of a diet and the weight comes on or the weight comes back on and people want to blame the diet. It's like you can't really blame the diet, the one that caused you to lose weight. You can blame the diet on the one that caused you to gain weight, because you then changed what you were doing, what you were eating, what you were consuming while you were on said diet to lose weight. The fact of the matter is you changed what you started to eat and how much you started to eat and your caloric intake as you got to your goal or hit your goal and did whatever you did after going forward. But the most important part into any fitness journey is how strong you are, meaning how much weight you lift and your resistance, how strong your muscles are. And the muscle is an organ, and you have to feed your organ with the proper nutrients. You have to feed it with the proper minerals, and you have to strengthen it, and you have to feed it. You have to feed it and maintain it with the proper macro, and that is protein. I'm going to do another podcast later on down the line on the importance of protein, and especially as we get older in regards to maintaining your muscle. And maintaining and strengthening your muscle over time is going to improve your quality of life down the road. So we're all on this fitness journey, and we are doing things to try to maintain our weight or lose weight. But the biggest thing is that as long as we strength train and lift weights, then this can help the weight that you earned, the weight that you earned to lose, to stay off. Number 2, less body fat. Speaking of body composition, when proper nutrition habits and a training program are adhered to, you will likely gain more lean muscle mass while losing fat mass. It is difficult to accomplish both at the same time, and some fat will be gained when you go through this muscle building period. However, if you go through a period of gaining muscle, then cutting fat by increasing activity while decreasing total calorie intake, you will have a better chance of maintaining the muscle you gained while losing fat. This does not happen overnight, and it does take time, but once you have everything dialed in and habits are maintained, you will find much more long-term success. So I really like this one in regards to less body fat, and it just reestablishes, what I just commented on a few seconds ago, is that, this doesn't happen overnight. Everything does take time, and through this muscle building period and this weight gain period, it'll be a little period of far as weight gain. Let me clarify that. Be a little period, right? And you have to monitor your body. This is why I believe in weighing every day personally, so you can understand what your body is doing. This is all just information, not really committing to the number all the time as a definite as it may define you, or you may think it may define you. It just keeps you on track, because when you are lifting weights and you are trying to feed that muscle and take care of that muscle and nurture that muscle and nurture the gains, you have to increase your protein, right? There's no getting away around it. You have to increase your protein. In regards to protein, I've heard 2 studies. It's 1 gram of protein per lean body weight, or it's 1 gram of protein per desired lean body weight, right? So we can go into that rabbit hole later on down the line. But the important thing is that this will be a challenging period. Nothing to be overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. It does take time, but once you get everything dialed in, you will have much more success down the road. And if you don't know how many grams of protein you're supposed to have, you can download my new ebook, How Many Calories Should I Eat? And this will give you a guide on how many calories you should eat, along with your macros, your fats, your carbs, and your protein. So once you dial in on your protein and how much protein you are supposed to have, then you can have more success at reaching your fitness goals. And I'll have that linked in the description as well. Number 1, muscle equals tone. Some women think they will get big and bulky when they lift weights, but that is not the case. In fact, women will most likely look slimmer, even if their weight stays the same. If you lose weight during cardio, you will surely drop pounds, but without added lean muscle mass, you won't see the muscle definition most people want. To get lean muscle mass, you need to add muscle. And the only way to do that is to lift weights. Cardio does not grow muscle. Instead, Instead, muscle tends to atrophy when cardio becomes the main source of said exercise. I'm not demonizing cardio, but it does provide excellent benefits for your overall health. But lifting weights offers better results when it comes to overall lean body composition. All right, so let's go over it again. The 5 reasons why all women should lift weights. Number 5, less likely to get injured. Number 4, it elevates your mood. 3, the weight stays off. 2, less body fat. And number 1, muscle. That article is written by Shannon Cole, and it's written on www.mindpumpmedia.com. Why do some people still do the www. Before they say the URL? But I will have this link in the description box, and you can go over this list yourself. And she has a few articles that are very interesting. I kind of skipped over a few other ones, but this one stood out to me because most of my clients are females. And I had to learn something new just about women, just period. And that came a little bit after, or during, matter of fact, not after, during the phase of me starting off being a personal trainer. I wrote a story maybe about a year ago, maybe about 2 years ago, the story of Natalie and Jenny on how I became a personal trainer, on why I wanted to become a personal trainer. So in that whole journey, that initial journey, taking my first client on, I would take her to the gym and show her workouts that I would do, right? Or just show her how to work out. And at this time, I'm so green that I'm not really understanding why this person can't do this or why this person can't do that. And I had to understand for myself that it just took time. And that's one thing that I'm grateful for. That whole experience is patience, right? I had to learn something totally different in regards to just patience. And I'm not saying this in a derogatory way. Like, oh, I had to just be so patient. I had to just work with them because they were so slow. No. When you are somebody who's gone from pretty much, say, working out by yourself for a majority of your life, or just with gym bros or other men, there's a certain type of pace and there's a certain type of communication you have amongst yourself while you're working out, right? And this was, I believe, like my first time working out with a female. And that same communication that I use with the bros can't be used with her, and it should not, because I really didn't know how this person would or would not react, right? And that can be problematic too nowadays when people are looking for personal trainers, or women are looking for personal trainers, or personal trainers are just looking for clients. You can't communicate the same way you do with your gym bro, right? Or I just don't believe that you should initially until you know that person, meaning that, oh, you're not going to put her under 145 pounds on the bench press right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? That's something that you and your gym bro would do. A woman is strong. A woman is confident. And all these things can be unlocked. But you, as a trainer, have to be the teacher, and have to be patient and be empathetic. And this is not to soften the blow or anything, but I'm just telling you my experience in this whole personal training gig and in training, right? But one of the most resilient things I do see is that you show up. Women, they will show up and they're trying to get their life back to what it was. And what I mean by that is just me time. There's a lot of times where women are holding it down. They're wearing multiple hats, playing multiple roles, and it is tough getting back to them, getting back to just their time, because they are individuals themselves. But now they have a lot. They have a lot of responsibilities now, a lot more responsibilities now as the years go on. So personal training and the gym time and lifting weights is their me time. Going back to the Natalie situation in regards to personal training, and that was my first client, one thing that I've noticed that she was very resilient and a lot stronger than even what she gave herself credit for. And once we implemented strength training and resistance training, their weight fell off. Her weight fell off. And she started to just shape up a lot better and achieving the physique she wanted, she desired, what her goals were. And of course, when she came to me initially, there's this kind of fear of, I don't want loose skin, I don't want to be bulky. And this article addressed that, and I addressed that. I'm like, it's not going to happen like that. It's not going to happen to where, you're going to have saggy skin or you're going to be too bulky. And, we went through that whole spiel and everything like that. But once she got a hold to it, she started to have fun. She started to have fun with strength training, resistance training, and lifting weights. And I said that to say, ladies, if you're listening to this and you've yet to start your strength training routine, one of the key gems or jewels I want to give to you is to have fun. I tell this to guys too. Nowadays we get into this comment section oversaturation about correction of form. You're not doing this right, and blah, blah, blah. There are so many different variations in one exercise, and you take said exercise and you apply it either from a compound. That means, you're using, both arms, both legs, and then you can take it into an ISO, which means individual, isolated, as far as workout. Just between those two variations, compound and isolation, there's so many different variations and variables that you can do with an exercise that it becomes very, very tough for anybody to hone in on saying this one workout is quote unquote it. This is how you do quote unquote this as a definite. Right now, I understand instructions. I understand making sure things are right in said variation or variable, but there's way too many different exercises out there for anybody to be a stickler about and just not have fun or not try to find the fun in it. I want to make sure people have fun as far as when they work out. This is not a cliche of, me being this personal trainer with this super hyper, energy. I can be that off of a cup of coffee first thing in the morning, but I'm also not trying to oversell you on anything. I want you to find where your fun is at, and I can help you do that. Don't get me wrong, but things don't have to be so serious to where it's this dramatic effect for every time or every thought process in regards to this intimidation when it comes to the gym. I just think there's a lot of fear out there, and I believe it's the fear of the unknown of what you can accomplish, what you can do if you just start. Now, if you're in the Peoria, Illinois area and you are looking to start your strength training routine, your strength training journey, then hit me up at christiansweightsuccess.net. You will see all my one-on-one personal training options, and I also train via Zoom. The pandemic taught me something new. It taught me something new about Zoom and being able to construct a workout, via Zoom, which is great. So I'm primarily just one-on-one. But if you want more details on my packages and what I can offer you and my results, christiansweightsuccess.net, and I will have the information and the links in the description box. If you found inspiration in today's podcast and would like to support, then sign up to my weekly newsletter, the Success Fitness Newsletter. You'll get access to my new ebook, How Many Calories Should I Eat? It's a guide with resources within to find your daily caloric intake to ensure success in reaching your fitness goals. You'll also get access to my private Facebook community, Success Fitness Family, and weekly emails when this podcast publishes every Sunday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. The link to sign up to the Success Fitness newsletter will be in the description. Thank you for listening to the Success Fitness podcast. And remember this, if it's not making you stronger, chant more weight, more weight, more weight. Peace out.